Yo, yo, what's up, family? Happy Saturday. Reporting live all the way from the Himalayan Mountains, aka Prince George's County, Maryland. Since it's such a beautiful day, I thought I should make this excellent video on my morning routine and what I do daily. And all of you should do it too. So, for the best experience in doing this, you should reset your whole entire life. So, don't do anything but this routine. So, if you don't have time to do this, don't do it at all. So start today, I guess. Well, in the morning time, as soon as you wake up. So, and if you want to know how I got this routine, it's all by experience and what I learned in school and online, and just being around. So, I was gonna make this video earlier. The time is 8:07, but I fell asleep around 3 in the morning. But this routine, you should wake up at 4 in the morning. So, and I wrote all this stuff down since there's so much stuff. It's a lot, even more. So, so just stick around. It's very, very worth it. Just bear with me. Like I said, this is all off the dome. So, and like I said, it's such a beautiful day today. It's Saturday. So, we're gonna act like it's 4 in the morning. So, hopefully everybody's having a beautiful week. As you can see, I'm the only one up right now. Well, not really. Everybody should be up right now. It's 8 o'clock. But okay, so I'm trying to do this kind of quick. So we're gonna act like it's 4 in the morning. So we're gonna go to sleep. So the alarm is gonna cut on because I didn't have the alarm on or anything. I just accidentally fell asleep. I didn't even feel it. So we're gonna act like it's 4 in the morning. So also I recommend everybody sleep naked because you can get a better sleep and you go to sleep quicker and you have better dreams and everything. So I don't know, I hate to keep saying so, but waking up at 4 in the morning and immediately as soon as you wake up, you should do something called meditate. So you should cross your legs like this and close your eyes. And I just have the blessing of having a room that has the sun. I have two windows so you can get the sun in a beautiful way. That's why I thought it was such a perfect time to do it. A perfect time to do this video. This is going to be a long video. So waking up at 4 in the morning, this is for everybody. But this is mainly for my hustle culture people who do the 9 to 5 and all that. So that's why I recommend waking up at 4 in the morning because you can get more time in the day at the highest forms. Yeah, you sacrifice sleep, but I recommend going to sleep at 10 p.m. So going to sleep at 10 p.m., waking up at 4 in the morning. So that's 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 hours of sleep. So that's pretty decent. Because it's worth it. Like if you want more hobbies and looking at TV and playing video games and all that good stuff. So, like I said, it's a work-life balance. It's a sacrifice. Everything's a sacrifice. Because we really don't need that much sleep. Because they say you need 6 to 8 hours. So I'm at that minimum. So like I said, we're gonna pretend like it's 4 in the morning. So sleep, sleep, sleep. And then it's literally as soon as you wake up. So sleep. And then I know I wake up like it's fast, but you should be used to it once you wake up at 4 in the morning. You could prep yourself for this time. So, like I said, we're in a meditative position, and we're going to close our eyes like this, and we're going to have our hands on our lap, if you will, or our knees. So, okay. So that's wake up at 4 a.m. and meditate. So once again, that's doing this and closing your eyes. And while doing that, you're gonna say this in your mind. You're gonna do a prayer. You're gonna say, "Thank you so much, God. Thank you so much, Jesus. Thank you so much, universe, and thank you so much to all the positives in my life. I love you all so much for every single thing you all do for me, my family, the people around me, as well as around the world. Amen." So you're going to say that as many times as you want. I recommend doing that. There's a lot of times in your mind if you can. And I hope that makes sense. So, like I said, well, you have to do that while meditating. So you're gonna close your eyes like this, and you should be able to talk silently in your mind. You know, like when you're reading a book. You know, like how you're reading like this. You should be able to read silently in your mind, aka telepathy or whatever. So that's a prayer. So that's thank you so much, God. Thank you so much, Jesus. Thank you so much, universe. And thank you so much to all the positives in my life. I love you all so much for every single thing you all do for me, my family, the people around me, as well as around the world. Amen. And there's a deeper prayer to that, which I'm going to do in another video, but that's a quick version, like for the beginners and everything. That's a prayer for everybody. That's for Christians, that's for Muslims, Jewish people, Buddhists, Tibetan monks, everybody, all of the homies. Where did I get the prayer from? It just came to me in a meditation. So, and like I said, I'm gonna do a separate video on meditation. So if you could skip not this whole video, but you could skip this. You can skip this. What's in it? Hold on, let me drink a water. My mouth is dry. Also, while waking up, you should be drinking water as soon as you wake up. So I was going to get into that, but like I said, it's going to be a long video. Like I said, I just woke up and all that stuff. So, and if you could hear that, that's somebody cutting grass. It's Saturday, it's the weekend. So that's what I'm saying. It's beautiful Saturday energy. It's very happy today. So I feel like doing this beautiful routine. So if you don't have time to watch this video, you can click off. Just bear with me. This is all freestyle, black pill. So, like I said, we're gonna go over it one more time. We're gonna wake up at 4 in the morning. Like I said, you should be able to get used to this. You don't have to immediately wake up. You should be able to build up to this point. So, 4 a.m. You sleep. The alarm should cut on. So beep, beep, beep. 4 a.m. So it is probably going to be dark. So by the end of this routine, it should be about 8 p.m. and you should be on your way to work at 9 to 5. So that's wake up at 4 a.m. Get up in this position. You can stretch a little bit, which I'm gonna get into. So y'all see how I am? They call it crisscross applesauce, the Indian style position. So and your hands on your lap like this, and then say the prayer. You can close your eyes. You can say it out loud, or you can say it in your mind. So, thank you so much, God. Thank you so much, Jesus. Thank you so much, universe. And thank you so much to all the positives in my life. I love you all so much. And thank you all so much for every single thing you all do for me, my family, the people around me, as well as around the world. Amen. And see how beautiful that is? And it's, like I said, there's a deeper meditation and prayer that I'll get into in another video. But that's just for my morning routine, people. Like I said, this is for everybody. So after that prayer, you say your multiplication times tables, like the mathematics ones, yes. So you can say it out loud, and then eventually you can say it in your mind. So your multiplication timetables 2 through 10. So that's the 2 set, as in 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, 2 times 4, 2 times 5, and all the way to 10. And then 3 times 1, 3 times 2. Y'all get what I'm saying? All the way up to 10, and then 10 times 1, 10 times 2, 10 times 3, 10 times 4. So, like I said, you can search that up on Google, your multiplication timetable. So I can't get into it because it's going to be a long video. So I'll do another video of how I did that. I do a multiplication timetable. I'll walk around the room, I walk around the house, and I say my multiplication timetable so I can remember. I do 2 times 1, 2, 2 times 2, 3, and all that stuff. I know I didn't say that correctly, but I will get into that another time. So multiple times tables. And if you wonder why I would do the multiplication timetables, is because I do cybersecurity. My career is cybersecurity, and we do mathematics and all that. I didn't learn it from them, but that's how I remember mathematics. So this is all while meditating, by the way. Like, I do this all in my head or out loud. I used to do it out loud, or you can do it, silently. And this boosts your IQ, by the way. And like I said, in the morning you should drink water and get a full bottle of water. So wake up at 4 in the morning, meditate, like I said, do the prayer. Thank you so much, God. Thank you so much, Jesus. Thank you so much, universe, and thank you so much to all the positives in my life. I love you all so much, and thank you all so much for every single thing you all do for me, my family, the people around me, as well as around the world. Amen. So you can slow that down if you want, but you should say it fast like that to really get the best prayer. You should do that 5 times a day at the least. And after that prayer, you should do your multiplication timetables, starting at 2, then go to 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, then 10. Then stop at 10. Or you could go all the way up to 12, but 10 is the best way. That's the easiest ones. And matter of fact, I think I learned that at Prince George's County Community College. My math teacher said you should remember your math tables. But not like how I do it, like that thing I was about to say. And I'll do that in the next video, like I said. So, like I said, and my career is cybersecurity, so I remember my 10 forms of hacking, which I don't remember. I haven't did all this stuff all year, but it's the truth though. I did all this stuff during the pandemic, and I can't, like I said, I fell off, like having fun and all that. So do the 10 forms of hacking, then the 5 types of, what is that? Oh, the 5 types of encryption standards, which I forgot. But that's like how to that's like what they do with passwords, like the types of passwords, how they lock it, like the 2 types of forms of authentication and all that. So, and like I said, you should do all this in the morning time. This is working at the highest levels, so you can work your brain instead of eating breakfast and all that. You can boost your energy. I know this sounds crazy, but it's the truth. Like I said, it's a fun routine. Like I said, I'm just speaking on the technicals. So, like I said, I'm gonna do it in full. I'm just explaining it at the highest forms. It's 14 minutes already, so like I said, I'm a black pill influencer, so I'm speaking on education level. So if you don't have time to watch this stuff, you miss out. Like I said, I believe in capitalism. So, and I'm the canard economy. You should be doing this for me. You should be looking at me and all this stuff. And I have to run up the time to get my ads in and all that. So, like I said, this is the perfect way to do it. I felt like this is the perfect time to do this. I'm sitting Indian style. And like I said, I'm working at the highest level, so y'all should bear with me. I'm an accelerationalist. Like I said, I'm doing the technicals right now, and then I'm gonna do the full. Like I'm gonna do the visuals. It's gonna be beautiful. Y'all should just bear with me. Y'all look at all those streamers all day, so this is the high this is the high value male version of that. Like at the this is the high performance people. Cybersecurity, the STEM field type people working at the highest forms. For example, see me as like one of those professors with those like with the white hair, with the lab coats, with the in the movies with all that, looking like Albert Einstein and all that. So, like I said, we're gonna go everything one more time. So that's waking up at 4 in the morning. So also after waking up, well, not after waking up immediately, but I recommend I recommend um, making up your bed. So like I said, I have my sheet. This is for the summertime. We have the light sheet because having this big comforter is going to make you very, very hot and you may suffocate and all that stuff, unfortunately. But after that, like after you're done waking up, you should make your bed, which I'll do in a minute. So that's waking up at 4 a.m. Sleep, sleep, sleep. The alarm cuts on at 4 a.m. Immediately wake up. So just get your bearings together to make sure you're not dreaming or whatever. So that's why I recommend immediately meditating as soon as you're done sleeping. Immediately. So immediately as soon as you're done sleeping, wake up from the alarm, cut the alarm off, get the sleep out your eyes, just get your bearings together, and then go into this position. Then close your eyes like this. It won't be sunny like this, but this is such a beautiful time to do this. So it's more than likely still gonna be dark. It's gonna be 4 in the morning, so you're gonna still be groggy and everything, but once you get used to it, you should be at this level. So before in the morning, you should be in this position, closing your eyes, which is called meditate or meditation. So close your eyes. It's gonna be 4 in the morning. You could say it in your mind like this. But the prayer will be, what I'll be saying in my mind is, thank you so much, God. Thank you so much, Jesus. Thank you so much, universe. And thank you so much to all the positives in my life. I love you all so, 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 so much. And thank you all so, 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 so much for every single thing you all do for me, my family, the people around me, as well as around the world. Amen. And then you go into a deeper prayer, which I'll go into in another video, but which I don't have time right now. And like I said before in the morning, so if you have anybody around you, you don't want to scare them because you'll be talking to yourself in a way, but you'll be praying to God and the universe and Jesus Christ and all the positives in your life that you don't know of, because there's so many beings, there's so many religions that we don't know of and all that good stuff, you know. So that's why we just say thank you to all the positives in our life. We didn't say negatives, just the positives. So, and like I said, you'll have people around you so you can say it in your mind. And once you start reading, which I'll get into in my routine, once you start doing all this stuff every day, you'll get used to it, and you can say it in your mind. So it'll be like, you know what I mean? But not like that. You can say it like mentally, which would be called telepathy, if you will, which I won't talk about. Y'all can search that up. So that's wake up at 4 in the morning. Immediately after waking up, get your bearings together. Then get like this. Close your eyes. Then say the prayer. Thank you so much, God. Thank you so much, Jesus. Thank you so much, universe. And thank you so much to all the positives in my life. I love you all so much. And thank you so much to all the positives in my life. I love you all so much. And thank you so much for every single thing you all do for me, my family, the people around me, as well as around the world. Amen. That's the quick prayer that you can do. And every time you see a blessing, you can say that. Like every time you feel excited and everything. Because like they said, even in the Muslim culture, they say pray 5 times a day, which I didn't get from Muslim culture, by the way. I'm not saying be a Muslim, but I'm just saying that prayer is the truth, though. Not doing that, not getting on your knees and all that, but just saying your personal prayer 5 times a day. So after the prayer, do the multiplication timetables, because that's a higher level of the universe, and that's a universal thing. Like that transcends all cultures, as you can see. So that's the multiple timetables 2 through 10. So that's 2 times 1, 3 times 1, 4 times 1, 5 times 1, 6 times 1, 7 times 1, 8 times 1, 9 times 1, and 10 times 1, all the way up to 10, and then 10 times 1 all the way to 12. Like 10 times 10, 10 times 11, 10 times 12. So, like I said, I was gonna speak on that in the future, but don't eat breakfast. Instead, do all these type of things. And like I said, you can. Well, I didn't say that yet, but you can eat lunch. Yeah, you could eat lunch, which I'll get into in a minute. So that's doing your multiple times tables. And like I said, this is all in the morning time, 4 in the morning. If you can't get to this level, you have to build up this thing called discipline. And you can search up that. So wake up at 4 in the morning, meditate, do that prayer that I just said. And I already did it twice, so I'm getting it in. And it's a deeper prayer, which I'll go into another video. So that's wake up at 4 a.m., meditate, close your eyes, do that prayer, and after that prayer, do your multiple times tables while in this position like this. Close your eyes. 2 times 1, 3 times 1, 4 times 1, 5 times 1, 6 times 1, 7 times 1, 8 times 1, 9 times 1, 10 times 1. And then do 10 times 1, 10 times 2, 10 times 3, all the way up to 12. But not in that order. You should do 2 times 1, then 2 times all the way through 12. Y'all hear the geese? It's kind of faint. But 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, then 12. Then 3 times 1, 3 times 2, then 12. Then 4 times 1, 4 times 2 through 12, then so and so, all the way up to 10. So, and you can do this all in your mind if you get up to that level, if you can. Everybody should be able to do that, I hope. You know, it's called having a conscious. So, wake up at 4 a.m., meditate, do that prayer that I said, which is thank you so much, God, thank you so much, Jesus, thank you so much, universe, and thank you so much to all the positives in my life. Right? Thank you so much, God, thank you so much, Jesus, thank you so much, universe, and thank you so much to all the positives in my life. I love you all so much, and thank you so much for every single thing you all do for me, my family, the people around me, as well as around the world. Amen. And then right after that, you say your multiplication times tables, which is 2 times 1, 2 times 3, all the way up to 10. Then do the 12. And then, like I said, I'm in cybersecurity, or you can do your personal career, your main things that you should remember through your career. But mine is cybersecurity, so do the 10 forms of hacking, which I can't remember. Y'all can search that up yourself. It's the 10 forms of hacking. So, and the other one is the 5 types of encryption standards, which I can't remember, but it's like the two fish. Like my hackers and my cybersecurity people know it's that two fish standard and all that stuff. And why do I remember these two specific things? Because that's what I remembered in the beginning, like when I just learned cybersecurity, because I was just learning it. So that was the first things I ever learned. I want to test myself to see if I could remember that stuff. So I did that in my meditation. Because in the morning we should be waking up to go to our, they call it the big boy job. So we go to them cybersecurity jobs like the NSA in the morning time, and that's a good way to remember. That's the good way to work our mental mind, our mental gymnastics. It's like building. It's like going to the gym, but for our mind, by doing these things. Waking up at 4 in the morning, that's a good discipline. They even do that in the military, at the highest forms and all that. So you're waking up with all the cool. You're waking up with all the cool kids. You feel me? So waking up at 4 in the morning, and if you want to, at the very most, you could just wake up at 4 in the morning and do whatever you want to do. Like I said, I'm about to get into my full routine. I'm just getting to like the gist of it. So I'm already 27 minutes in. This is gonna be a long video, so I'm gonna just keep going till it stops. So wake up at 4 in the morning. Like I said, if you look at this video in full, it's an excellent video. Like I said, I have all this stuff written down. So wake up at 4 in the morning, meditate like this, do the prayer. Thank you so much, God. Thank you so much, Jesus. Thank you so much, universe. And thank you so much to all the positives in my life. I love you all so much. And thank you so much for every single thing you all do for me, my family, the people around me, as well as around the world. Amen. Since He had us blessing everybody around us too, not just our families and just ourselves, but blessing the people around us and around the world. So, and like I said, I do an even deeper meditation of that. And a lot of people do this. Even the Pope does things like this, just not in this form. So that's why I'm on YouTube doing my version of it. So, and this is the best way. It's all safe. This isn't demonic. This isn't evil or anything. This is all healthy, positive. So everybody should do this in the morning. It's the best thing in the world. People drink coffee and all this stuff. This is better than coffee. Doing drugs, all that stuff, playing video games, everything. And then, funny enough, I had playing video games in my routine, but doing all this is better than doing video games in itself. So, my mouth keeps being dry. So, like I said, I recommend as soon as you wake up in the morning, you should drink a full bottle of water. Like I said, today's Saturday, so this is such a beautiful time to do this. It's very, very fun to make these videos. Hopefully y'all don't have. Hopefully y'all can have that. Hopefully I'm captivating enough for y'all to stick around. So, and I hate to keep repeating myself, but this is the best way to do it so y'all can remember what I'm saying. So that's literally wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, put on your alarm, wake up at 4 a.m. At the very most, 6 in the morning. Because everybody should be at work at 9 to 5 at the very most, at the very least. So, and you should be getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Wake up at 4 a.m., meditate, do that prayer that I'm not going to say again, unfortunately, just for the sake of time. It's already 30 minutes in. So wake up at 4 a.m., meditate. After doing your meditation for a minute, just sit there for a minute like this and do the prayer of the thank you so much God, thank you so much Jesus, thank you so much universe, and thank you so much for all your positives in your life. Do your multiplication times tables, which is 2 through 10. And that's 2 times 1 all the way up to 12. Then 3 times 1 to 12 and all the way up to 10. So then search up the 10 forms of hacking, which is the best example, which is what I do. The 10 forms of hacking, 5 types of encryption standards. So we're going to do that for a minute. So, and what I'm about to do for a minute, I'm just going to do the meditation. I'm going to do the meditation for a minute. And I'm sorry for repeating myself, but that's the best way to really talk. So, one more time, you're going to be sitting on your bed like I'm about to do right now. It's going to be dark, so you could cut on your light if you want. But I have windows, and I could eventually, if you could see in the dark. If you looked at my Splinter Cell video, he actually says that the Sam Fisher, he was talking to his daughter. He was saying if you look in the dark for a long time, you can start to see, and you can actually start to see that black and white type of thing, but not literally. It has that feeling though. So wake up at 4 a.m. Do this meditation that I'm about to show you all, or that I already showed you all, but I'm about to do a visual. So I'm about to do the meditation, prayer, multiplication times tables, 10 forms of hacking, 5 types of encryption standards, which I'm not about to do, but I'm about to just sit there and meditate. And then we're going to go from there with the rest of the routine. But that's such an important part. I had to really dive deep into that. Sorry for it being 32 minutes. So, and as y'all can see, the light is beautiful, right? Like I said, reporting live all the way from the Himalayan mountains. And I'm a long form content creator, so I'm for the brain rot people. This should be a fun video. We should all be doing this at the same time. And like I said, I'm not gonna say like I said anymore. This is what I do. Let me see. Is it still going? Because it just hit the limit of the gigabyte, so it's gonna switch to another video. But I recommend sleeping naked. I have my clothes on right now for the sake of YouTube and everything, but I recommend everybody have the best sleep and health. This is a Black Pill channel, and I'm a Black Pill influencer. So I recommend sleeping naked doing all this, so you can get the highest forms of it. You shouldn't be it's 2026. You shouldn't be ashamed of your body and all that stuff. That's what we have celebrities for, to influence people to be themselves and showcase their talents at the highest forms. So, like I said, everybody should be meditating like this, crisscross applesauce Indian style, naked. I know that sounds silly, but we're human, so this all works. So close your eyes like this, and this is called meditation. And I'm near the Andrews Air Force Base, so you can probably hear airplanes and all that that's coming through. So what I'm doing right now, literally as soon as you wake up, 4 a.m., meditation. So you're gonna inhale for as much as you can. You're gonna like this. That was the dog, if y'all could hear that. So you're gonna inhale all the way till you can't anymore, and then you're gonna exhale until you can't anymore. And I recommend doing this as soon as you wake up, so you can remember your dreams and all that. Because everybody should be dreaming, hopefully, and remember their dreams. Because everybody dreams for a reason. You can get good memories and good intuition and good knowledge from your dreams. So, and I would be doing this at the window, because it's usually the moon is facing this way. Because right now it's the sun, as y'all can see, and there's a window right here and a window right here. So, like I said, it's gonna be 4 a.m. Your alarm is gonna be on. It's gonna be beep 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 beep. Then you're gonna wake up at 4 a.m. like this. You're gonna get your bearings together just to make sure you're not dreaming. You're gonna crisscross applesauce. Then get right back into it, which is called meditation. But that not immediately wake it up like that. But that's not called meditation. But this is called meditation. But you should still wake up at, you should still do what I just said. Wake up immediately and do this. That's how to remember your dreams and all that. That's my own thing that I created, which is the canard economy. Like I said, this is my personal routine that I created. So like I said, wake up at 4 a.m. The alarm is going to be on. Go like this. Get your bearings together. Meditation. Close your eyes. Sit there for a minute. Do that inhale like I just said. And that's a lawnmower if y'all can hear that. So inhale all the way, and then exhale through your nose, by the way. You should be breathing through your nose. And then exhale. I recommend on YouTube you check these things out called Yoga Nidras. It's called Yoga Nidra. YOGA NIDRA. Yoga Nidra. So that's another form. That's how I got that breathing technique. Also on a TED Talk, we have these different levels of breathing. They have these things called whiskey breathing, and different types of stuff like that. So you can search that up on YouTube, whiskey breathing. It was a TED Talk. It's a breathing you can do, it's like fast breathing, and it does something to your mind and your body. It's like and I know that looks funny, but I should do that. It's called whiskey breathing. But I haven't looked at that knowledge in so long that I forgot the other types. But I just remember that whiskey breathing because it had such a catchy name to it. I was gonna say, okay. Like they have whiskey breathing, they have that deep inhale, like I just did. And like I said, you can check that out through Yoga Nidras and all that good stuff. I think her name is Allie, I believe. It's like it's a meditation style video that y'all should check out. So that's meditation, waking up at 4 a.m. Wake up, cut your alarm off, get your bearings together, cross your legs, crisscross applesauce, Indian style position, hands on your knees or lap, breathe just like this, close your eyes. That's them outside cutting grass. So just breathe nice and slow. Just like I said, this is all in the morning. This is like eating breakfast. This is just having that beautiful time in the morning. Everybody, every single person that's watching this video should be doing this with me. It's very, very peaceful. Y'all should feel it immediately. And like I said, you should be cutting off all other distractions. Everything should be silent. As soon as you wake up, you should be doing this, and this will allow you to have inner peace and outer peace. And this is because as soon as you wake up at 9 to 5, you're gonna be driving in traffic and all that, so you're gonna be kind of annoyed and all that. So having this peace like a warrior, it's like being a warrior in a garden, if you will. You know what I mean? Just having this excellent, excellent meditation. So just sitting here like that for a little bit, and then whenever you're ready, you can do the prayer. Thank you so much, God. Thank you so much, Jesus. Thank you so much, universe. And thank you so much to all the positives in my life. I love you all so much. You can say so much, but I put emphasis on it because that elevates the gratitude and thankfulness to God and everything by saying so much. You know what I mean? So that's thank you so much, God. Thank you so much, Jesus. Thank you so much, universe. And thank you so much to all the positives in my life. I love you all so much. And thank you all so much for every single thing you all do for me, my family, the people around me, as well as around the world. Amen. But I usually go into a deeper meditation, but for the sake of the video, I'm I'm holding back on that for another video. So, like I said, after that prayer, we keep it going in that form. After the prayer, we do the multiplication times tables 2 through 10, which is what I already said. I won't go over again. And then we do the 10 forms of hacking, and then we do the 5 types of encryption standards, which you can search up on Google. I don't remember by heart anymore. I used to. Okay. So that's going to be the first part. I was going to do a longer form, but as you can see, it's already 42 minutes. I don't want to hold up all this time in one video. I wasn't expecting that. So we'll just put this with the waking up at 4 a.m. part of the meditation. We'll just call this the meditation, prayer, multiplication timetables, 10 forms of hacking, 5 types of encryption standards. Because I'm gonna say what the rest I'm gonna do right now, so I'll keep y'all hooked on it. So wake up at 4 a.m. Meditate, prayer, which is what I just did. The thank you so much, God. Thank you so much, Jesus. Thank you so much, universe. And thank you so much to all the positives in my life. I love you all so much. And thank you so much for every single thing you all do for me, my family, the people around me, as well as around the world. Amen. Multiplication timetables, 10 forms of hacking, 5 types of encryption standards. So after you're done all that, I'll keep it going. Let me keep it going. I'm gonna keep it going all the way up till it stops. So we're gonna do that. Like I said, I just finished that prayer. Like I said, happy Saturday, everybody. This is a fun routine that we should be doing. This isn't a just look at me video. Y'all shouldn't be just staring at me. This should be really, really fun. Like I'm doing it kind of boring in a way. Like I'm doing it the technical way so y'all can understand what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm gonna do a full video doing everything in full. But I gotta talk to y'all first so y'all can understand what I'm saying. Hopefully I'm articulating myself correctly. So that's wake up at 4 a.m. Yep. Wake up at 4 a.m. Yep. Yeah, I think somebody washing their car. So I hope they don't copyright me for that. All right. So that's wake up at 4 a.m. Do that meditation that I just showed y'all, the prayer, the multiplication timetables, the 10 forms of hacking, the 5 types of encryption standards. So y'all can say it out loud while y'all do that meditation, or y'all can do it in your mind. So doing it in your mind will help you think better. Like when you're at work, it will help you critically think and have better conversations with people and all that. It will get your mind flowing. Because I remember when I wasn't a morning person, I used to wake up at like 11 o'clock. Now I wake up at 4 in the morning. It blows my mind. I know a lot of people are like, you wake up at 4 in the morning? That's crazy. I know, but you know, I realized that, like they said, we only have 24 hours in a day, right? So I'm an accelerationalist, so I try to have all my hobbies and all that. I love doing so much stuff that I don't have so much time in the day. Because you know, at the very least, we have to work a 9 to 5, and some of us have to work 2 or 3 jobs living in these expensive areas. So, you know, and like I said, the people in the military, they wake up at this time at the least. I know some people that don't sleep at all, you know. So we're waking up at 4 a.m., meditation, prayer, multiplication timetables, 10 forms of hacking, 5 types of encryption standards. So that's the first thing that you do in the morning. That's number one. That's at the very least, all that stuff. So in my previous video, I showed y'all my full body meditative stretching, which I'm not going to do the full, I'm not going to show you, well, I'm going to do the full stretch, but I'm not going to get into it. Y'all should look at the other video. So I'm trying to debate if I should show it in this video or if I should stop it right here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep it going. Okay, so I'm gonna go up all the way to about, I'm gonna try to make it an hour. So, also, I forgot. So, hopefully, y'all don't have to go to the bathroom as soon as you wake up. Sometimes I have to go to the bathroom. So, if you wake up at 4 a.m., just make sure, if you want to, you can use the bathroom. If you're really a hygiene type person, you can go take a shower, you can go brush your teeth. But that's, I consider that a waste of time immediately in the morning. I still do it, but I do it later. You know what I mean? I do all this stuff first. That's like the last. That's like the last priority, because it's such a hassle to me. It's like such a waste of time. I enjoy taking showers and everything, but I'd rather play video games. I'd rather meditate. I'd rather do prayer and all that stuff. So wake up at 4 a.m. You know, the alarm is cutting on at 4 a.m. Wake up like this. You should feel if you have to use the bathroom or not. So go use the bathroom. Drink a full bottle of water. It doesn't have to be this big, but it could be something like this. You know, drink a full bottle of water. So after that, you may have to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? But either way, use the bathroom. If your breath stinks from eating all that food that y'all do, I don't eat a lot of food, so I don't have that problem of having that breath stink and all that type of stuff. My breath usually doesn't stink. So, but I still brush my teeth at the last resort. I mean, not resort, but the last priority. So, just wake up at 4 a.m., cut your alarm off, get your bearings together, sit Indian style. You know, I'm sitting in position like this with the sun because I have a window that shows like the moon and all that. So, I believe getting all that moon energy because it has that, since it's a real being and all that. And as you can see, they're actually shooting at the moon now on accident, allegedly. But not really on accident. They were doing like testing on it. And they said there's like aliens on the moon and all that good stuff. So shout out to the aliens. We just got they just dropped some new alien news, by the way. Some UFO knowledge. Some what is it? Alien videos, UFO footage. I didn't get to see it yet. I haven't looked at that stuff in so long. Like I said, I haven't been doing anything. I just been monitoring the situation on a higher level. So, like I said, just wake up at 4 a.m., cut the alarm off, you get your bearings together, immediately get in this position, meditate, close your eyes like this, sit there for a minute to see if you can remember your dreams. So after you're sitting there for a while, do your prayer of thank you so much God, thank you so much Jesus, thank you so much universe, and thank you so much to all the positives in your life. I love I love you all so much for every single thing you all do for me, my family, the people around me, as well as around the world. Amen. Do that prayer. Do your multiplication times tables, which is 2 to 10, 2 times 1 through 12. Do the 10 forms of hacking. Do the 5 types of encryption standards. So after you're done doing all that, you can sit there for a minute and you can still meditate as long as you want. After a long time of you can do this after doing this prayer. It's a longer prayer that I do, but I'm not going to show on this video because I'm recommending another video of meditation and prayer. But there's a longer prayer to that, but that's the quick version of that I recommend for everybody, you know. But if you want to get more spiritual and higher level, I'm gonna do another video on meditation and prayer. But like I said, this is just a small prayer that all humans should do. You know what I mean? And if you don't believe in Jesus, you can replace Jesus with Allah. You can replace it with Buddha, your Tibetan monks, your whatever, you know, Satan, if you want, Lucifer, all those people, if you want, Aleister Crowley, you know, Helena Blavatsky, everybody. Because all those people are the truth, believe it or not. I know that sounds awful and evil, but you should pray to all those people. You should believe in all of them. You should believe in all religions to get the highest version of religion in everybody. You know, it's really, really good. I know that sounds scary, but once you dive deeper into religion, which you should be a Christian first, and then you should dive deep into all those things. That's why I say Jesus, you know, because he's still the highest being. He's still the highest ascended master, if you will, which I'll get into another video. So wake up at 4 a.m. and do this meditation and prayer. Do your multiplication timetables. Then after doing the multiplication timetables, do the 10 forms of hacking. Do the 5 types of encryption standards. So, and then after doing that, you can just sit there in meditation for a while. So just enjoy everything. Just enjoy being alive. Thank God for waking you up that morning. You know, because a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't wake up like that. So. I just don't want the camera to cut off. Okay. So we're going to stop right there. And then we're going to keep it going. So like I said, after you're done doing the meditation, make sure you go to the bathroom, you know, from drinking all that water. So after you're done meditating, you're going to wake up like this. And then you're going to get back to, well, I know this sounds crazy, but forgive me, but I have on clothes. I look all nice and everything, but you should be doing all this naked. You know, you should be naked, like waking up and everything, like going to sleep. Like I said, going to sleep at 10 p.m. and waking up at 4 in the morning. You should be naked, and sleeping like that will make you go to sleep fast, have excellent dreams, and all that. And I showed y'all in another video on how to sleep. Y'all should be sleeping on your side and not your back, and not on your stomach. Because for guys, if you sleep on your stomach, you may have something called a wet dream. And that's why I don't recommend eating sweets and everything, because that's going to make you have even more wet dreams, because the entities outside of you, like spirits and all that, they want to get your semen. So I know that sounds like pseudoscience, but it's the truth though. not just sweets, but like different types of foods and all that. Because different foods are connected to spirits. Okay. All right, so we're gonna stop right there for a minute. So, because I don't want it to cut off on me, and I don't want it to be delayed, and I don't want to have to, you know, I don't want everything to be delayed. So, once again, that's wake up at 4 a.m., meditation, prayer, multiplication timetables, 10 forms of hacking, 5 types of encryption standards, which you can search up on Google. It should pop up immediately. It's just cybersecurity. But like I said, you can do that or your preferred career that you do. My career is my dream career is cybersecurity, to be a cryptographer or whatever. It used to be an actuary, but the pandemic happened, and I want to do something like working from home and all that type of good stuff. And I believe cybersecurity is a good way to like maneuver. So that's 10 forms of hacking, 5 types of encryption standards. So after you're done doing that beautiful meditation, like I said, waking up at 4 in the morning, it's gonna be all dark and everything. You can cut on your light, but I recommend you all do this in the dark because it's gonna, waking up, hitting that light in your eye kind of hurts. So your alarm, waking up at 4 a.m. is gonna be ring, ring, ring. Cut it off. Get your bearings together. Just look around and make sure you're not dreaming. Put your hands on your lap, on your knees. Close your eyes. Inhale all the way till you can't no more. That's the exhale. So do that for a while. Make sure you try to see if you can remember your dreams. But don't force it. Just sit there in silence. Just experience it. So if y'all can hear that music, that's somebody outside. So after you're done doing that meditation, this is what you would call meditation. Just sitting in this silence, not thinking, not just appreciating life, appreciating being alive. So once you're done doing that, go into the meditation while being in this position. Say thank you so much, God. Thank you so much, Jesus. Thank you so much, universe. Because we are in a universe, we're in a specific universe. So you should just thank the universe for not collapsing on us or not having a big bang type of style event. Because all that stuff can happen at any moment. Because we have gravity and all that stuff, so we should just be thinking that stuff and being aware of it. So thank you so much, God. Thank you so much, Jesus. Thank you so much, universe. And thank you so much to all the positives in my life. I love you all so, 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 so much. And thank you all so much for every single thing you all do for me, my family, the people around me, as well as around the world. Amen. And that's just a simple prayer. Like I said, I'll go into a deeper prayer in another video. But this is just a calm version of that everybody should get into for beginners, you know. So the multiplication timetable says 2 through 10. So 2 times 1 all the way up to 12. So like for example, 2 times 12 is 24. 3 times 12 is what? 30, 35 or something? I don't know. It's something like that, right? 12, no, 36, 36. Right? I'm trying to think. That's 12. Yeah, 36. So multiplication timetables. Like I said, I haven't did all this stuff all year, but I'm getting back into it. I'm gonna do a full breakdown on that. Then the 10 forms of hacking and the 5 types of encryption standards. So you're gonna be sitting in meditation, and once you're done doing all that, you can go to the next routine, which is what I showed in a previous video called the full body meditative stretch. which is what I won't do a full breakdown on, but I'm gonna show y'all what it is of me doing the eyes and all that good stuff. So, like I said, sit with yourself for a little bit. Drink a full water bottle. Go to the bathroom. If you really have a bad mouth, go brush your teeth. Do mouthwash. This is what I'll show y'all. So, and then I'm gonna cut the video off right here, and then I'm gonna go into the next style. So, I'm gonna show y'all the full meditative body stretch. Now I'm not gonna be. I recommend doing it naked, but I'm not gonna be naked. You know, you should all be in your room while doing this, or being alone, or with your significant other. You can do this. So it's nothing sexual, by the way. It's nothing crazy. So, like I said, wake up at 4 a.m. Do that full meditation what I just showed y'all, with the prayer, multiplication timetables, 10 forms of hacking, 5 types of encryption standards. And then after that, make sure you get your bearings together by doing this full body meditative stretch. Like I said, this is a morning routine. This is like working out, just like being in the gym. So you should be stretched, all lubricant and everything, because you may have to walk. When you not may have to walk, you will walk to places, especially if you work in DC, you know, because I live in the DMV, so we work for the government. We work at the highest level. So blah 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 blah. I was gonna say some stuff. I don't know. So wake up at 4 a.m. Meditate, prayer, multiplication timetables, 10 forms of hacking, 5 types of encryption standards. After doing that meditation, you stand up like this, naked, and doing your stretching is what I showed in the previous video. So, that's rubbing your hair, rubbing your scalp, doing your stretching, your mouth and everything, your eyes like this and all that. The rotation of the eyes and all that. Up, right, left, down, rotation, counterclockwise, and all that. So, and then the neck rotation is what I showed. This, the hula hoop and all that. Okay. So that's the first morning routine. And we're gonna stop right there so it don't cut off on me. Oh. So like I said, that's pretty much step one. Hopefully this video makes sense for everybody. So in the morning, if you really need to, you can brush your teeth, wash your face. If you're really that type of hygiene type of person, if you can't wake up without doing this stuff. So, brush your teeth, wash your face, mouthwash, brush your beard and all that stuff. Pick your hair, comb your hair, shampoo, soap, body wash if vegan. So, like I said, if y'all must, wash face, all that good stuff. So, like I said, if y'all must do that stuff first thing first in the morning, y'all could do that. But if you don't have a really good memory, I recommend doing the meditation as soon as you wake up so you can remember your dreams. So that's the main reason why I meditate as soon as I wake up in the morning. And it works. Just sitting there in silence to have that peace and having that time with yourself in the morning. which I recommend everybody do. So, all right. So we're gonna go from there. That's the meditation and the full body stretch with drinking water, brushing your teeth, washing your face, and all that. So I'm gonna say it one more time in full. So wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, which it sounds crazy, but you're gonna set your alarm. You're gonna go to sleep at 10 p.m. tonight at 10 p.m. and you're gonna wake up at 4 a.m. and do all this stuff. So go to sleep at 10 p.m. Wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning. And you're gonna do this meditation, prayer, multiplication timetables, 10 forms of hacking, five types of encryption standards, and then after that you're gonna stand up and do the full body meditative stretches what I showed in my previous video, and I'll show in this one until it cuts off. I'm gonna show the full body stretch, and like I said, you should be doing all this naked to be a real human. You know what I mean? You should have that. You should have that real human connection with yourself to be naked. That shouldn't even sound crazy to y'all. You know. So wake up at 4 a.m. naked. Don't do anything else but stand up and meditate. See, just maximum file size. See, I'm done. All right, wake up at 4 a.m. Meditate, prayer, multiplication timetables, 10 forms of hacking. As soon as you wake up, don't even think about it. Just wake up. Don't say, "Oh, it's early." Don't even say these things. Those are affirmations, bad affirmations that will hinder you to not want to do it, because it'll put negative thoughts in your mind to not want to do that stuff. So immediately wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, cut your alarm off, get your bearings together, meditate, do that prayer that I just said, multiplication timetables, and the 10 forms of hacking, five types of encryption standards. So, I'm about to show it off real quick. Y'all ready? Let's do it. Just so it doesn't cut off on me. Like I said, it's an excellent routine. I'm gonna do it in a full video. Like I said, all this is technical. I didn't know the video was gonna be this long, so I'm gonna reenact it. Okay? It's gonna be 4 in the morning. It's gonna be dark, so it's gonna be 4 a.m. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4 a.m. Ring, ring, ring. Oh, I'm groggy, I'm groggy, I'm groggy, I'm groggy, I'm groggy. But don't say that. You're gonna have that feeling though. But just wake up, have that thing called joy. Search up the definition joy. I'm gonna do a video on all emotions. I'm gonna write it all down of every single human body emotions that we have. So wake up immediately. Just be happy that you're alive, because a lot of people didn't wake up. You know what I mean? And can't wake up like that, or wake up like I just woke up, or even cross their legs. You know what I mean? Some people don't even have legs anymore. You know, from being in war and all that negative stuff, and diabetes, and genetics. So wake up at 4 a.m. Meditate like this. Thank you so much, God. Thank you so much, Jesus. Thank you so much, universe. And thank you so much to all the positives in my life. I love you all so, 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 so much. And thank you all so, 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 so much for every single thing you all do for me, my family, the people around me, as well as around the world. Amen. 2 times 1, 2, 2 times 2, 4, 2 times 3, 6, 2 times 4, 8, 2 times 5, 10, all the way up to 12, and then 3 times 1, 3, 4 times 1, you know, all the way up to 10. Then 10 times 12, which is about what? I forgot. I can't even do it. It's like either 100 or 200. I forgot. But I believe it's like 200. I believe, or 1200 or something like that. I think it's 1200. Okay. So then after the multiplication timetables, you do the 10 forms of hacking, which I don't remember, and then the 5 types of encryption standards. So after that, you sit here for a minute of the meditation, like this, and just inhale until you can't anymore, and then exhale until you can't anymore. And this is at 4 in the morning. You shouldn't be thinking about anything but doing this. Like I said, you should get rid of all your other hobbies and routines and do specifically what I'm doing. This is better than drinking coffee, better than eating breakfast, better than playing video games, better than anything that you could do in the morning. This whole routine will get you right, so just stick with me. I know I ramble and I know I stutter and all that stuff, but I'm talking a lot of real information, so just hear what I'm saying, and you can do it with me. As a human being, you should be able to feel all this stuff. So, once you're done doing that, you should get up like this. I know and like I said, you should be naked doing all this, so you should be doing your full body stretch. So, but I'm over an hour in, so I'm gonna do this all in one video until I can't no more. So that was waking up at 4 a.m. doing your meditation and prayer, multiplication timetables, 10 forms of hacking, 5 types of encryption standards. So that may take you as long as it needs to, but it's maybe about less than 30 minutes. Like I said, it's for your health, it's for your benefit, for your own benefits and everything. So after you're done doing that excellent meditation and prayer and helping your memory and everything and critical thinking skills, since we're going to need it, do that full body stretch is what I was talking about. So get your bearings together, and you should be sitting in silence. You can cut your lamp on, you can cut a light on, but it's daytime right now for me. It's pretty much probably like 9 o'clock or something. So do like this for your hair and your scalp. This is called the full body meditative stretch. You can check out my video. I explained it all. So do this. This is all first things first in the morning, so you can make sure you get your body right. You know what I mean? So the neck rotations. First things first in the morning, so you can make sure you have your body right. This is all working out, you know? So, like this is what I was talking about. The full body meditative stretch. Because like I said, a lot of our bodies be tight, and we may be sitting in the office all day, so we don't have time to do all this. So you could do it by yourself. You could do it even in the office. So, you know what I mean? And this is what I was talking about yesterday about the. Y'all probably could hear the cracking and everything. Doing no stretching. You heard that? That's how you know. That's how you know it works, though. Like I said, I'm gonna do a full breakdown of the full routine, but I didn't think it was gonna be this long. So that's called the full body stretch, and the eyes of the going up to the right, to the left, down, for the rotation, then counterclockwise. And like I said, this is all first things first in the morning. So waking up at 4 a.m., drink a good bottle of water. It could be like this. Take a full bottle of water. If you need to, go to the bathroom, go urinate, go poop. Because, yeah, I do recommend going to the bathroom and everything, because after we're done doing the full body stretch, we're going to go for a walk. So, like I said, I'm showing my full routine. Everybody should be doing this with me. I wrote all this excellent knowledge down. This is an excellent routine. I really believe in this. We should all be doing this. Hopefully I'm articulating myself enough where y'all can understand what I'm saying. Because this is a very good routine. This is really good. Like I said, I'm gonna do it all in one video, but I'm breaking it all down one by one so we can all be clear on what we should be doing. So, like I said, we're going to be waking up at 4 a.m. Let the alarm cut on. Get your bearings together. Do that meditation that I just showed y'all. Do the prayer, multiplication timetables, 10 forms of hacking, 5 types of encryption standards, and then do the full body meditative stretch, which what I just showed y'all, and to do an even better breakdown. Y'all can check my previous video that I showed y'all specifically speaking on this full body meditative stretch. So, yeah. Like I said, drink a full bottle of water, go to the bathroom, and then get ready. Yep, and then get ready to go for a walk. So, I'm gonna do it one more time, just to make sure we're clear. So, just in case if y'all want to skip the video. So, it's gonna be 4 in the morning. So, this is gonna pretend like you're going to bed right now. It's 10 o'clock p.m. So 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m. Ring, 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 ring. It wakes you up. You're mad that you have to wake up at 4 a.m., but it's worth it because you get plenty of time in the day. So you can't say, where did all my time go? You have so much time that you can do every single thing that you want to do. You can't do every single thing that in the world, but if you pick out your favorite things, you have so much time in the day that you'll be able to figure out what you really love to do. So you're waking up at 4 a.m. Immediately crisscross applesauce, hands on your lap like this, close your eyes. Have time with yourself so you can remember your dreams. Just thank God that you're alive. Get your brains together to realize that, to see if you have to go to work today or not. Just be at peace. Oh, also you should be having your back sit up straight. That's a way to keep your. That's a way to have good back strength, and have to get that good little line that I have in my back. That real good strength, And like I said, you should be naked, by the way. But like I said, I have on clothes on for YouTube purposes. Like I said, I think somebody's washing their car playing songs. And you should be sitting in silence, 4 in the morning. You can do this in the dark. Sitting up all the way straight. And like I said, that builds up discipline too, sitting up with your body like this. Like I said, you should be sitting naked. So, long story short, And then after you're done sitting with yourself like that, You should go into the prayer of thank you so much, God. Thank you so much, Jesus. Thank you so much, universe. And thank you so much to all the positives in my life. I love you all so, so, so much. And thank you all so, 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 so much for every single thing you all do for me, my family, the people around me, as well as around the world. Amen. And then do the multiplication timetable. So 2 times 1 all the way to 12. And then 2 all the way up to 10. And then 10 times 12. And then go into the 10 forms of hacking. And then the 5 types of encryption standards. And then after that, you can sit there for a minute and just be with yourself and just appreciate the fact that you can even remember all that stuff and do it in your mind or even out loud. So just sit there and just get your bearings together. The fact that you have to go to work and all that stuff and have a long day ahead of you, because this may be the only time that you have peace throughout the whole day. Because you might have a family with kids and all that, so this may be the only time that you have to be with yourself and really just process everything that happened in your life and all that. So after you're done sitting with yourself for a little bit, and being in that time, you can even sit like this if you want. But after that, do the full body stretch is what I showed in the previous video, and you should be naked. So pretend that I'm standing up, massaging your hair, scalp, your face, like this, all that type of stuff. And then do the eyes like this, going up, right, left, down, rotation. Like this is the eye exercise I was speaking on. Like to get your eye muscles correct and everything. And do that for 10 seconds each. The 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then, so and so, so and so, so and so. And then do the neck rotation. Like this. All the way around. And do it slow so you don't break your neck or nothing. So do that for about 30 seconds just to make sure your neck is good and your upper body. And like I said, you should be doing all this naked. So, like this. That's the shoulder rotations. Doing it forward. And you should be doing it all with your shoulders, not with your arms. So doing it slow, and then doing it on the reverse then, like this. And how to know you're doing it correctly is your mouth kind of twitches. It's funny. I don't know why we do that, but it's a human thing. So that's the reverse arm, the reverse shoulder rotations. So and then forward. And then you do the actual arm rotations like this. My arms are long, like this. So you can do the big arm rotations, and you can do the little arm rotations. But mainly do the long arm, do the big arm rotations to get the shoulder and to get the full arm muscles extended, so you can feel it. So you can do like this. And do the bear hug, I guess. Almost look like you're kissing yourself. You know how they used to say in middle school and elementary, like this. They do it the opposite way. And then do like this. And this is the full body stretch. Doing this, it really works out all your muscles and everything. You can feel it. It feels very, very nice. So, and do the neck. So, like I said, you should be doing this while standing up. So, we're gonna go back into this area of the back. Like I said, you should be naked doing this, so you don't be constricted. So, like this. And then you should be doing like a hula hoop style type of thing like this. I know y'all can probably hear the bone snap. Like I said, this is all in the morning time. At 4 in the morning, you should be doing this. So. And all these are real healthy workouts. And then do the tippy toe. It's like the tippy toe bounce. Alright. So we're just gonna go from there.